Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is a join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that.
Well, the saga from South Africa continues. So according to the news diggers, explain why Hakainde Hichilema shouldn't be near Lungu's casket. Attorney General challenges family. So that's an extract from an interview that the Attorney General had with ZNBC on Sunday, where he had simply said, okay, fine, if the family does not want the sitting president to be near the casket, why? So that's one of the questions that has been posed. So obviously other platforms have picked it up. So the government requests justification for Hichilema's exclusion from Lungu's body. So they want an explanation to say, okay, fine, if you want it that way, then explain. But some new development has come in from the Lungu family through Emado Mwamba, who put up this information. So as you may be aware, no information was shared to where exactly in South Africa the family intended to bury Edgar Chagwa Lungu. It was just out there, like even the people that traveled to South Africa for that funeral service where Bishop Alki Banda was officiating, did not know the exact burial site because there are different tiers to this particular funeral. So the general public was invited and to the church services, the Catholic church service, but there was an exclusive audience that was to attend the burial site or where he was going to be buried. But as of today, it seems like this information has been circulated. So Emmanuel Mamba says, if the family wishes prevail, so pretty much, as you may be aware, at this point, the Lungu family has appealed the court judgment, which was in favor of the Zambian government to have them hand over the body of the late president. But Emmanuel Mwamba says, in this appeal, if the family's wishes prevail, the former president, Edgar Chagwa Lungu, will lie next to the exclusive area where 5 Catholic bishops and Mama Winnie Mandela lie. So pretty much shared the information. Say the gravesite that they had acquired in South Africa is actually the same gravesite where Winnie Mandela is buried, according to Emmanuel Mwamba's information there. So all this wasn't known until today. I do not know why they've decided to publicize this information. Is it because they anticipate losing the court case, or they anticipate a win? Because if they are winning, honestly, they would keep this information secret until the event. But anyway, we've been informed. So according to Emmanuel Mwamba, Edgar Chagwa Lungu was to be buried in the same area where Winnie Mandela, that's Nelson Mandela's late wife, Winnie Mandela there. So that's the information. The family has said President Lungu will one day lie at Embassy Park when the environment is suitable in the country to grant him dignified, respectful, and honorable funeral and burial. So they are standing on the fact that President Hakainde Hichilema cannot do all those things that they've listed there, according to the family. Hence, Edgar Chagwa Lungu's remains will only come when a favorable government or comes into power, whenever that is. But the most interesting piece of this information is that the burial site that they had secured was next to Winnie Mandela. So it's simply stating that there was some level of dignity, even if he was to be buried in South Africa. But we're yet to find out after the court verdict. Obviously, the same headlines are being utilized to say, well, they demand from the Zambian government to explain why the Lungu family does not want President Hakainde Hichilema next to the body. To which Emmanuel Mwamba responded, he says, it is the expressed wish of the family and hopes of the deceased does it need to an explanation or justification? So simply saying no further explanation is supposed to be given to them. That's according to Emmanuel Mwamba. It's the expressed wish of the next of kin of Edgar Lungu, and also Edgar Lungu himself had left instructions according to them. Be as they may be, just verbal instructions, they still stand according to that publication there. Obviously, Shvatari weighed in. I can't wait for a day when we wake and realize politics are free from Edgar Lungu PF intoxication. We need fresh air in politics. That's according to Shvatari. Says no, this saga should end eventually. And obviously, the Patriotic Front through Emmanuel Mwamba put up a video of the Attorney General when he was campaigning for the UPND at some point. So probably they're trying to insinuate to say he's a political cadre in that sense. And I mean, he was a free lawyer at the time. He's free to practice his politics, because what I understand, this is the first time that he's holding a public office as an Attorney General. Prior to that, he was just a practicing lawyer in his private capacity. So I don't see how that conflicts with the job that he was doing. He was free to be participating in politics. But anyway, he has put up that video of the Attorney General campaigning for the UPND at some point. And then the UPND say Gauteng High Court sets Friday, 15th August at 9 hours as date for hearing of the application for leave to appeal in the Edgar Lungu case. So finally, the date has been announced when the court hearings are supposed to start. So this coming 15th August at 9 hours, we're yet to hear the justification for why the Lungu family decided to appeal the verdict of Friday. And it's from that hearing that they will determine whether that appeal is going to be granted or thrown out. So we wait and see what happens on that date. So that's the breaking news there. A new date has been set for this fight between the Zambian government and the Lungu family in South Africa. But today marks exactly 4 years since the UPND took over government. So earlier on, Hot FM had put in picture 3 years, 11 months, and 29 days ago today, Zambia went to a general pause, and business tycoon and then opposition leader Hakainde Hichilema was declared winner of Zambia's hotly contested presidential election, defeating incumbent Edgar Lungu late with 155 out of 156 constituencies reporting the official results on Monday, 16th August 2021. Showed that Hakainde Hichilema secured 2.8 million votes against Lungu's 1.8 million votes there. So I therefore declare, they said, Hakainde Hichilema to be president-elect of the Republic of Zambia. Electoral Commission chairperson, Justice Esa Ochuru, said in a televised address. So people are just recounting that moment. Obviously, the UPND is also celebrating in its own way. They say today marks 4 years since internet was switched off, and we were subjected to use VPN, Ichipani. So simply saying one of the highlights from that general election was the switch off of internet in Zambia, and Zambians were forced to use VPN. And obviously, Mao Sampa weighs in to say United Party for National Development at UPND's 4 years of at times are worse off for Zambians than the PF under Edgar Lungu's 7 years. So simply saying, when you compare and contrast, Edgar Lungu performed better than Hakainde Hichilema, according to Mao Sampa, material member of parliament. So different people are weighing in on this issue, and they're offering their, I think, pieces at this point over the 4 years of UPND in government. The UPND also celebrating. They will be having a number of activities, and they've put up that UPND 4 years in power. And obviously some individuals will be on radio and more activities will be announced. So now that marks we're exactly 1 year from the 2026 general elections. So 1 more year to go before we have to vote again, whether President Hakainde Hichilema continues for his second term or some new government is brought into office. Anyway, that's According to Daily Nation, these are shortage crisis rooms. That's according to the Daily Nation. And then Daily Mail says stakeholders see closure as Edgar Chagalungu's burial impasse drags on. So obviously that conversation continues. But as of today, a new date has been announced, as we saw earlier on. And then in the mass newspaper, State House, also public interest. Hakainde Hichilema cannot demand Edgar Chagalungu's burial in Zambia while living in own house as Sakwiwa Squatter. So Sakwiwa Squatter argues to say the stance which is being presented by the Attorney General and the Zambian government to say it's in the state interest, it's the same thing, or it's also in public interest. The public would wish President Hakainde Hichilema to be occupying the official state house as compared to him staying at his personal residence. Obviously, that argument continues, and that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. So we wait and see the verdict from South Africa on the 15th of August. That's the update.